Welcome back, guys and girls, to onestoptutorials.com. Alibaba here again. We're on the last page. This is it. We're going to finish off the contact and you are going to be, as they say, cooking on gas. Okay, so we got up to this far last time. Okay, we built our basic form and we did some stuff to it. We put in our fields and stuff. So what we want to do is to make this form work. Okay, so as of present, if we were to preview this in the browser and we were to look at this, fill out the information, fill out everything and submit it, it wouldn't actually go anywhere at the moment because we don't have it connected to anything. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come back into Dreamweaver. Now for all my forms, I connect them through Godaddy. Okay, now let me explain this first. If you go to my website, One Stop Tutorials, and under web hosting, you'll notice there's a page here and it explains my experience about web hosting, and then it talks about Godaddy web hosting. Now Godaddy, I find, is one of the best web hostings available at present. Okay, all you would have to do is type in godaddy.com. I've been to a lot of different web hosting and I'm very happy with Godaddy. I've been with them for a good few years and all my customers tend to use them. So what you would do is, if you already do have a Godaddy account, then simply log in. If you don't have a Godaddy account and you have another web hosting, then just log into your web hosting and see if it has set up on it form mail. Okay, we're going to need to use a form mail. So all you would do in Godaddy is come to godaddy.com. I'm actually logged in at the moment, but here it would say your username and password. You just log in, okay? And once you've logged in, you'll come to this page here, which is actually inside of Godaddy. And what we want to do is we want to come down to, under my products, we want to click on hosting, and it will take us to our hosting accounts. And once you've done that, you'll notice that this page comes up, and this will tell you what your hosting counts is. Okay, I've got a couple in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on manage account, and I'll click on that, and I'll wait till we get to the next page. This will be bringing us into our control panel where we can set up a form mail so we can set it up to our form mail. Okay, and it's loaded up. Okay, so what we want to do is, this is actually our control panel inside of Godaddy. Okay, and we want to come down to content, and under content there's a thing called form mail. We want to left click on that and we want to bring that up so we can set up a form mail for our web hosting. Now you might have already done this. You probably aren't even on Godaddy, you're probably on another one. It doesn't matter. If it has form mail, you'll have to follow how that one, your hosting allows you to do this, but in Godaddy this is really easy. Okay, and here we are. So the way this works is, all you would have to do is, yours will probably look a bit different than mine. I've actually already installed one. It says something install, and you would continue and it would install it into your domain name, which is on this hosting account. So I have my form mail, so any emails that come into my form mail via any contact form that I have on any one of my websites, it will come into this email address here. Okay, so if it's different than this, all you would have to do is click on install, and then it would do everything, and then you would be able to continue on to the next stage. So let's close this down. It'll automatically, let me just close this down as well, just to keep things tidy. What it automatically does is it adds it to your web hosting, which means when we get into, I think it's the next tutorial or tutorial after, when we get into FTP, you'll be able to see the form mail sitting there. Okay. For Godaddy accounts, and this is only for Godaddy, this might be different for your ones, but for Godaddy form mail accounts, okay, I'll show you how to set this up. So as you noticed in the earlier tutorial, we set up an actual, let me come to forms, we set up an actual, you see the red dotted line, we sent up an actual form, and that's the reason we did this, is so everything that's inside this is connected to this red line that is the form. So if I left click on this red line and come into page properties, you'll notice there is a thing here that says actions, and this is where I would connect this whole form to my Godaddy. And for Godaddy accounts, okay, and like I said, yours might be different. Even if you don't have a hosting and you want one, Godaddy's good. If you do have a hosting but it doesn't have a form mail, then you can go to hotscripts.com and you could probably download some form of form mail. But for Godaddy, this is what it does. It's /gdform.php. That's it. That's all you need to do. You can hit enter, And that's it. It's as simple. It's as simple as that. So that means that anything in this form, once someone submits it, it will connect up to this GD form, which is that GoDaddy form that you set up, and it will then send it to that email address that I showed you, and there you go. You're receiving all mail from a form. Okay, so that's how you do it. And then you've got some different methods: post, get. It's probably best to use post for this one. Okay, so there we go. Now before we can carry on quickly, I just want to tidy a few things up here. I want to name these fields. Okay, so if you click on the box, at the moment it's called text field. I just want to call this name. Okay, and then I go to the next one. I want to call this email. This is because when people submit this form, you need to know what their name is, what their email is. It will give you whatever you name this field, this is what come up in that email that you're going to receive. And then the last one, we need to comments, so that when they send that, you know this is the comments. Okay, so we've set up our form. Let's have we could test this, which we will do. But quickly, what I want to do is I want to show you something that we can make some form of validation on this form, okay, so that people have to put in certain stuff. Let me show you what I mean. If we click on the submit button and we come into our side panel and come back up to our tag inspector with our behaviors like we did earlier, and we click add a new behavior, okay, we want to add validate form. Okay, now this box will come up and it's asking you, okay, so for the first one, the name, which is the name field we just named, okay, what do you want to do? We want to make sure that that is required. We want to make sure that they put their name into it. Okay, the next one, email. Okay, we want to require this, and we also want to make sure it's a proper email address. Okay, so, and then comments, we require the comments. Okay, so you sort of understand what I mean. We're going to hit OK. So now it's set up. If I show you quick, if I come into preview and I typed in anything here, order, and I typed in anything here and went to submit the form, your window pops up. You need an email address. Okay, so let me just, you'd have to put that @ in, so they'd have to put ali@ali.com, and when they went to submit the form, it would then allow them because it recognizes the @ sound. The same as here, if you didn't have any information in this area, so let's say you put @.com and .com, and you didn't put anything in the comments, when you went to submit it, it would say, whoa, the comments area, you need to have some information in here. So that's very handy. That's very good indeed. A couple more things we need to do just before we can move on and get into the FTP and uploading this. We want to add a couple of hidden fields. Okay, so inside of your form palettes, you'll notice here, hidden field, it's the third one along. Simply left click on that and it will make one of those yellow dots is exactly the same as the shopping cart yellow dots. Okay, I just need to open this up. So we click on that and we need to name this hidden field, and we need to name it this, RECIPIENT, recipient. Okay, and which email address is that going to be? Well, it's going to be my, just put any old email address down here, but it's going to be the one that's connected to GoDaddy. And then we want to add one more hidden field, and this time we want to name this redirect, which means that when people submit this form, where are they going to go? I generally send them to a page called thankyou.html. We'll make that page in a minute, so that once everything is submitted, it will send it to this email address, the one that's on an account, and it will also redirect them to a page that says thank you, and on there you can have thank you very much for sending me a contact. I'll get back to you within the next 24 hours. Okay, and then quickly, as usual, we're going to come into close this up. We're going to come into our images and banner left, put that across, press OK, and coming soon, apply again that style H1 to it, H1, and there we go. You've just finished your contact form. This contact form, if you've done exactly like this, will work when we submit it. But we'll go more into this in the next tutorial, because I want to show you how to receive the email, and I want to show you how to upload all your files to the website. Take it easy, guys and girls. Any problems, let me know. Catch you at the next One Stop Tutorials. Laters.